It all started with a small curiosity. I just wanted to see how much I could take. A simple paper cut was the beginning. A thin red line, a slight sting, gone in minutes. Then a splinter in my finger. It was deep, pulsing with every heartbeat until I ripped it out. Annoying, but nothing I couldn't handle. By lunchtime, I got careless. I bit my tongue so hard I could taste the iron in my blood, and the tears blurred my vision. Then, the classic. I stepped on a Lego piece. That tiny bit of plastic sent me hopping on one leg, cursing the world. While trying to recover, a wasp stung me right on the neck. It felt like a hot needle piercing my skin, leaving a burning, itchy swelling. A few minutes later, I stubbed my toe against a heavy table leg. For a split second, the world just stopped existing. There was only that white-hot, throbbing pain. I tried to wash it down with an ice-cold soda, but I drank too fast. Brain freeze. It felt like someone drove a frozen screw directly into my skull. Things got darker in the afternoon. While making tea, I spilled boiling water over my hand. The skin turned bright red instantly, covered in painful blisters. In the middle of the mess, I accidentally ripped my entire fingernail off. I just stared at the raw skin underneath while a massive migraine started hammering against my temples. Light became my enemy. Then I got into a fight. A full-force punch to the stomach knocked every bit of air out of my lungs. I fell to my knees, gasping, and dislocated my shoulder on the pavement. A sickening pop, a wrong angle. I had to snap it back in myself, nearly blacking out from the shock. A week later, the real nightmare began. I tripped at the top of a flight of stairs and tumbled all the way down. Every step was a new bruise, a new impact. At the bottom, a compound fracture in my arm. I watched my own bones stabbing through the skin. The horror paralyzed me. Then came the crushing pressure of a heart attack. A heavy plate on my chest, the inability to move, the cold sweat. Just when I thought I reached the limit, a sharp stabbing sensation hit my lower back. Kidney stones. It felt like passing jagged glass through my insides. I've seen what others go through. I've seen the agony of childbirth, the absolute peak of what nature intended us to endure. And then I felt the legendary system failure, a full-force kick to the groin. It's not just pain, it's a total shutdown. I collapsed into nothingness, but I survived, only to enter the death zone. I accidentally touched a live wire and a massive electric shock surged through my body, locking my muscles in a violent, invisible grip. Then a gunshot wound to the gut, a warm, sticky feeling that quickly turned into a searing, white-hot iron. During a crash, I felt my leg being severed. In that moment, shock was my only friend, simply turning off reality before I could scream. Now I'm at the absolute limit. I am burning alive. Every single nerve ending in my body is screaming at the exact same time. It's not a sculpture of fire anymore. It's my entire existence turning into ash. There is nothing left after this, only the silence of the end. What's your biggest fear? Tell me in the comments. This was Jay Compares.